Greetings to all of you, and I do welcome you to this broadcast. We're in Region 6, and there is what I consider to be, or what we consider to be, a national crisis that's brewing. Of course, we are from Forward Ghana Movement, and we are known to be individuals who represent the rights of all Ghanaians, not Forward Ghana Movement members or the PPP members or PNC. We represent every Ghanaians. And we are just a few days away from the elections. Finali was sworn in as president of this country on the 6th, last Sunday. And there's already a major crisis on hand. It is our belief that the timing of the election would have also been very strategic on the part of Finali and Barra Jacquier to ensure that the elections were held before the harvesting of the party. Because now that the party has been harvested, we have some serious problems about which we're going to speak this evening. I'm joined by my brother Shazan, and he will have been one of our national candidates in the recently held general and regional elections. Fortunately for the Ghana movement, Brother Ghani is a rice farmer. But unfortunately for Brother Ghani, he's one who's faced with the same plight as the others. Now, Ghani's brothers and sisters, and those of you viewers from the diaspora, this is a huge issue. This is major. We cannot begin to tell you what the possible outcomes of this crisis will be. Because, as I've said, we just had an election. The PP's administration, they've not even announced the cabinet yet, or ministers yet. Probably tonight. So the sooner you all do this, the better. Because this problem, whoever is placed there as Minister of Agriculture and Minister of Finance, you become very, very critical and important regarding the outcome of this situation. So, Brother Ghani, welcome to this broadcast. Welcome to another moment where we have to speak to the plight of farmers. I remember, Lily, you spoke about this as well. Throughout the campaign, this is one face you would know that we're speaking to the issue regarding farmers, especially the rice farmers. And just what we said is likely to happen has actually come right before us. So share with us, please, what is happening here in Region 6 and probably all over again.
Good night to everybody looking on in this program. I'm very glad to be here tonight to share some of the concerns that myself and fellow farmers across the country is facing right now. As you know, last crop, the harvesting season, we were having like about $65,000 per ton per paddy. And at the beginning of the reaping session for this crop, the price has dropped to $43,000 per ton. This will give us like about $2,800 a bag per paddy. So it's a major setback for all farmers. Seeing that this was a very bad crop, the cost of production was very high. The inclement weather at the beginning of the crop was very bad. Farmers went through a lot with seed paddy, germination, and then other major setback like the rain, access to and from the field. And another major crisis that farmers faced was the pesticides and the droughts that we use. We are not having the value for our money.
So tell me something. Need some volume? Or just speak a little bit. So with what's going on here in this situation, how will farmers, because you spoke to a number of things, the problems that they face. The cost of production, of course, is a whole, you put together many things. Now they're about to reap their property. They're being offered $2,800 a bag or so. Who is offering them this?
Well, the millers. You have like on the upper quarantine here, you have Nampasaran Company, and you have Riado Hack, and we have another hack. Two of the Hack brothers under quarantine, and then you have the Hack in Blackbush. They are the people buying all the paddy.
So the millers determine the price of the paddy?
Yes. The millers set the price of it. Farmers started to reap paddy like about a week ago. They carried paddy and dump it at the mill. They collect a slip, but there was no price put forward. So farmers didn't know what they will be receiving for their paddy. As of yesterday, the price came out. non-consigning companies put out $42,000 a ton. Reavocac was $38,000 a ton.
Wow.
So now you will have to go with your slip that you collect, and then they will make your payment. And another interesting thing that I saw came out, that farmers will be getting 25% within 3 weeks and 75% within 60 to 90 days.
No. Barrett, you need to see this. So, Javier, get to see this. Can you tell me this in this, please? No? Can you see it? It's not clear? Better? All right. Can you all see it? No? You seen that? Take a look at it, because we provide evidence in Fort Ghana movement. We show you evidence. So what does that say? Because you need to break it down for those who are not farmers. So a farmer took his paddy when he started harvesting, took it to the rice mill. Dumped the paddy, the rice mill saw it then. They aren't paid any money then.
No.
So you have to wait until the rice mill to say how much they're going to pay you.
Yes.
Because I want to break it down for guys who are hearing why this is such a major problem.
Okay. During last crop harvesting, from the time you carry paddy to the mill, you get the board out, you do A grade, B grade, C grade.
To the advertising price before.
And you normally collect cash. But from this crop now, when you carry the paddy, as I told you before, some farmers are already reap paddy like a week before.
Right.
Or before the election.
Right.
Paddy start reap, but they carry the paddy to the mill, no payment was made. So as of yesterday, the price came out. So now they are saying that you will get 25% of the payment within 3 weeks. And then they are 75% within 90 days.
Within 3 months.
Yes.
So if the cost of production would have been so high, when they use pesticides and so on, it's not effective. So obviously they have to buy more pesticides to try to have
The cost of production keep going up all the
cost of
time.
production is increasing all the time. Paddy was not as good as the seed paddy, so the yield would have been lower.
The yield is lower this crop because from my interaction with farmers, they are indicating to me that they are not getting the amount of paddy. Like it will be like about 20 to 22 bags per acre. Whereas
Was a good yield.
last crop we had like about 30, 35 bags per acre. Some farmers get up to 40 bags per acre.
So they're losing all around. Now they obviously got a chance to reap their paddy. It will cost them because they have to have tractors being used, combines being used, and all that in the process.
In the rice industry, everything is mechanical. Everything.
Wow.
So you depend on machine to do everything. Combine, tractor, bulk tank, everything is machine. So everything is cost adding up, keep adding up.
So Shazan, how would a farmer, not a major, like a large scale farmer, how would the average rice farmer survive now if he's told or she's told that they have to wait for 3 weeks? They get 25% in 3 weeks. They're not paid right now. So they have 3 weeks. So 3 week period, they get 25% of whatever you put there. The payment you get. And then you have to wait for up to 3 months. This was September, October, November, December, Christmas,
Yes.
before you get the full payment.
That would be
How could they survive?
The next crop again.
Oh, the next crop starts for December.
Yes. November, December, it will be the next crop.
How would farmers make it? Give us a real, hardcore, honest opinion about it. What is the fact? How would a farmer make out in this situation, Shazan? Because if I spend $2 million to produce this product, I show up and I'm getting $800,000. What happened to me? What happens to my life?
You know, my brother, when you speak to a rice farmer now, you can literally see the tears in their eyes because you know why? They have commitment to the bank.
Right.
And with this price, you can't get cash recovery. So farmers is in a dilemma now how they will service their payment to the bank. So there is no way out unless the government can intervene. Last crop, because Azruddin Mohammed from the Wind Party went into Blackbush.
I remember.
And met with farmers and farmers were protesting. Then the government intervened and farmers get $65,000 a ton for paddy. So I don't know what will be the outcome this crop. How farmers can survive.
Hey, finally, you haven't even spent 1 week proper, and we have a crisis. You have a problem. and we do not have an appointed Minister of Agriculture, we don't have appointed Minister of Finance, and farmers tonight have to go to bed wondering what will become of their entire livelihood. Because some people, that's how they do.
Only right.
Only rice farming. And we have raised this because I remember you're speaking to this before, Shazana, about the challenge farmers face in terms of being paid for the greater part that they're supposed to have. Millers determining exactly what they want to pay you. You have no say, farmers doesn't have any return. And there were many promises made by the PPP during the election period. Now look at all it is for them to come forward and say what they're going to do, because there is a crisis on the land.
But now they keep telling you that the price on the world market fell, so you have to work with that.
What's the price of the world market?
Well, presently now it's about $400 US per ton.
That's $80,000 on average Ghana dollars per ton.
Yes.
So they want to pay you about half.
Well, the millers have to
They have to make money.
Yeah,
They have to process
to
it.
drive
So-
the value and
Right.
transportation and things like that. They have to bring in their cars.
So there has to be some buffering, some subsidy, because this is a crisis.
Yeah, the government needs to step in on
The industry will collapse, obviously.
It's already on the brink of collapse.
Wow.
Okay? Many farmers can't go back to the crop. Many farmers. If you can get payment within 90 days, then you get payment.
Right.
Farmers can't go back to the crop. Farmers heavily indebted to the bank and to the millers.
So based on your experience, if you had in your interaction with farmers, what would the bank do in this situation? Can I go to the bank and tell the bank, well, I can't get enough money for this crop, I'm suffering, ease off for me for this tractor I bought or the combine I bought? What happens in these cases?
In most cases, you just get rescheduling. You have to pay the interest.
I was about to answer that part. So the reschedule the loan, but you have to pay
You have to
interest.
pay the interest.
So if the other crops fail, you're more trouble than
Most
paying.
of them.
But Shazan, this
Majority farmers, right? When they start a crop, they go to the millers. Some of them collect fuel, they collect fertilizer, collect chemical, and they go to the crop. So literally from day one, you start to indebted yourself.
Wow. And now at the end of this crop,
You hold money two sides, the commercial bank, and you go to the rice farm, the millers.
now you all see, that although we out of election, we're still in representation. Just know that, and I want somebody to write that. Although we're out of elections, we, for Ghana Movement, we're still in representation. Because we spoke to the fact that there should be an agri-development and industrial bank. Now if you had an agri-bank, this way the farmers are safe, they're secure. But if you have to deal with these commercial banks in Ghana right now, owned by Trinidad, owned by Canada, like Scotiabank, they're going to terrorize you. How are we able to survive as a nation when, and I say this, Albert Shazan, with utmost regard for you as a farmer, because I believe that the people should be treated the best in Ghana are farmers. You feed us. Without food you can't live.
No.
You feed us, and our staple is
on
right.
the table for every citizen in this country.
Man, how could I, as a leader of this country, sit back and think that it's okay for a farmer tonight to go to bed or some only be able to sleep?
Farmers right now are counting their loss, nothing else.
Wow.
No profit.
So, I'm here in Region 6, and we're going to be interacting with some of the farmers tomorrow. And because I need to hear the heart of these men and what they're going through. We need to hear probably go into the rice fields, because I believe, and I'm not into rice farming, but I'm wondering whether some farmers are prepared to even go harvest the crop, not knowing that they're going to suffer such immense loss. What would they do?
Well, they have to reap the crop.
Wow.
When you get that price of paddy now, you take out money to pay the combine, you take out transportation, you can't live with anything. Then in Blackbush Pola, we have a major crisis there again. People pay like about $500,000 to rent a plot of land.
Oh my God. So there's another.
Yes. So when you take out the rent,
Wow.
you take out the fertilizer and the combine harvesting fee, you're minus all the time.
So some farmers don't own the combine.
No.
So you have to, you hear this, some of them, they don't own the land either. Some have to rent the land
Rent land.
by acreage. Some have to rent the combine, which is what would harvest the paddy.
Okay, let me give you a little break.
Break it down for us.
To harvest the paddy with the combine, transport it out of the field and when you truck to the mill,
Mhm.
it work out to like $900 a bag.
Okay.
To combine transportation and truck to the mill. So right after from the $2,800, you have to take out $900. Right? Then you have to take out
This is painful.
rent for land. Then you have to take out for fertilizer, chemical, workmen.
Right.
When you don't know, you're left with nothing. Then
It's all the company, this one, you can't take on
your
that.
machine maintenance.
Guys,
Literally, what the farmers are working for is what their machine works.
Right.
That's what the farmer getting from rice. If you have combined the money that they combine, you have to pay the combine to cut the rice, it go back to you. Or the money that the tractor work for you, that's the money you make from rice. There is no big profit margin in rice. But the input is very large.
I hope, and I can say this with all hope in my heart, I hope that before Monday, somebody is called in this country or call some fire. Please reach out to these people, let them know that you're going to rescue as best as you can this industry. Because I, as you rightly said, Susan, I foresee a collapse, a significant tragedy. And farmers, maybe you all need to go on the road and make some noise.
Well,
because you can't survive. This is a collapse of your entire livelihood looking at here.
from my information, the farmers on the Upper Quarantine here are planning a protest Monday morning, so I don't know what farm it will take, but definitely I can assure you that farmers will be on the road. And we from Forward Guyana Movement will be standing along our brothers in solidarity. And I hope farmers across the country is taking note and they can also join in because it's for all of us benefit.
So here you've heard it, that there should be, and I'm encouraging you because the right of every Guyanese according to the Constitution includes the right to protest. That's a right. It's not something you have to ask permission to do. The right of every Guyanese is the right to protest. And I cannot see a better cause to stand and protest now than for these farmers who feed us. They feed the nation, they provide nourishment for us. And here they have a system where, a situation whereby they are going to suffer immensely. I don't know how many of them they're going to recover after this, if they're not adequately compensated. Because you're approaching another crop. Some of them may not be paid until December or November, December. They're supposed to start another crop in November, depending on the rain or whatever it is. So some people can't go back to the rice field if they're not helped right now.
No, with this price that farmers are getting now, they can't go back.
Tell me about the encouragement or discouragement, Chesney. Because, for example, if I'm farming and I have this experience now, November may come and I didn't get my money. So what would be my mind as a farmer? Would I be willing to really go back to this field and try this again, knowing that it may be worse now?
Farmers don't have a choice.
Wow.
They are so heavily indebted in the rice industry that they have to go back. They have to find the money somehow to go back. There is no choice. There are many farmers literally don't do anything else, only rice farming. Their children, everybody is in rice farming, so there is no way out for them. There is only thing they have to go back to the crop. Beg, borrow, or steal, they will have to go back.
An oil-rich nation, a 36-seat majority, 7 seats more than the opposition. An election where the people convince all Guyanese, or try to convince everybody, that they are the best option. And within 7 days, we have this on our. But, of course, the rice didn't ripen in 7 days. The party didn't do it before. Because people knew Shazan, and I want us to talk this strategically. Somebody in the PP had to know that the rice would be ready for harvesting at this time here. And if they waited for November to call elections, we all said should happen.
Yes.
They couldn't survive this, in my view.
No, they couldn't survive.
Because no farmer would sit tonight and say, man, we support a government who have us suffering like this right now. So the timing for this, I think it's very, very strategic, because I put nothing beyond the minds of certain people. But now we see a case whereby the farmers will have to be represented. They don't have a choice. We don't even have a choice in this.
Well, farmers have the Rice Producers Association, and the Rice Producers Association is an arm of the PPP. It was founded by the PPP.
Oh boy.
So, like you're trying devil case in hell.
Jeez.
No, there is no representation.
Listen,
The guy from RPA that is representing RPA and farmers in this area went wrong in Blackbush 2 days before election and tell the people that if they vote for PPP, they will get $65,000 a ton for
Oh,
paddy.
really?
Yes.
You know that? There was a promise made in Blackbush to get
Who he
65,000.
couldn't meet, he sent message on their phone telling that RPA will assure that farmers get $65,000 a ton for paddy.
And the RPA is the Rice Producers Association.
He's a representative of Rice.
Lord. I tell I laugh and I get vexed because the games that the people have in this country get me really angry. I can only laugh and I get very angry. To know that this is somebody's life you're playing. You make a promise. Now, 1 week or less after all this swearing longer. Look back.
Just imagine last crop we were getting 65,000. The farmers in Essequibo were getting lower prices. So just imagine now what will be their position in Essequibo.
Well, we have representation in Essequibo as well. We have to reach out to them. Probably we have to take a walk, Chazan, because we need to know what's happening across this country in terms of the rice industry.
I'm in for it.
I know that you're very, very actively involved. When I look at you and I see the interest you have in agriculture, you want those people I speak to who should be highly regarded, valued, the other farmers, because I see how hard they all work. Sometimes I call my brother, he answers the phone, somebody can't answer the phone because he's been in the field, irrigating the field, something is being done, and now the hope you have as a farmer is that when you go through all of that, time to harvest the paddy, you should be smiling.
That is a good word you use there. One farmer always tell me that all rice farmers should have the title behind their name. Hope. They're hoping that they will get the price next.
Right.
Hoping that they will get the price. And they never get it. They keep going down all the time.
So they've said of us, Shazan, that we're a movement that's known for solutions or presenting them, and that's what we do. We don't hide solutions from anybody. So I know that you have many suggestions. We made them during the election campaign. I think that because people are told to get $65,000 a bag, they'll be bought into it, but reality is here now, right? Because we believe that there is a way out of this. There are solutions. One of them, in my mind, speaks to technology. We have to improve the quality of paddy that we have. And you can tell me if I'll speak along those lines. Because if the yield is decreasing from the paddy, then it's going to hurt the industry then. Let's start from the yield in itself.
Well, GRTV has a program that they breed paddy every year. They bring out a new variety, high-yielding paddy. So I don't see that as a problem.
So why did we get the high yield now?
But the weather condition. And then another major factor in the rice industry is labor force.
Yeah. So sometimes just somebody family have to go work.
Since the introduction of the 10-day workers, they kill the rice industry.
Yeah, because some people prefer just go sit at the hospital or just sit around.
10 days and get back
days.
until you play that we don't have to work in the rice industry anymore. So that is one of the major problems in the rice industry.
So we have a labor issue.
Labor issue.
So then if you don't have a large enough workforce, you have to plant less.
Yes.
But you can manage. In some cases, maybe some family members have to be involved.
Well, once you rice, the whole family have to involve. Even the wife, when you in the background prepare the field, the wife at home with the children, they will look after the soaking of the paddy and germination of the paddy and everything. So literally, it's a family business, everybody involved.
Yeah. Everybody's involved, and then now at the end of it all, everybody cannot smile. Because I don't know, some men can tell their wives now that this message came, this notice, that you have to be 3 months.
This is one of the main reason why you have so high suicide rate in Blackbush.
Oh,
this is one of the major issues. When farmers end up heavily indebted and there is no way out there.
Yeah, because these banks have mercy, and these banks will call you as if you're a criminal. Every minute they call you on somebody's phone, and I can understand the pressure. Maybe the family may borrow something, or what they say, trust, took on credit, fuel or something from the mill.
Yes,
and you got to find money for the people.
From the time you party go in there, they discount money.
Oh my God. So here's, we just wanted to give a brief broadcast of what's happening in Region 6.
And Region 6, the whole country.
Exactly. Wherever rice is being planted in Region 3, everywhere we have a problem. So what do? Forward Ghana Movement is here to say there's a problem. And we expect that by Monday or Tuesday there will be a solution presented to these farmers. There's only one immediate solution, which is to subsidize. Because there's much more you can do about that.
My brother, I think you used the wrong word, problem. It's not a problem, it's a crisis.
It's a crisis.
It's a crisis.
It's a major catastrophe, yes, I should say. Because an industry is about to collapse. Now, Guyanese, most of you know that every day of your life you basically eat rice. Most Guyanese, except for some eat rice soup. And even then, some people have put rice in the soup. But some Guyanese can't ever eat rice. So this is a major crisis we have in our hand. And we expect that there will be a solution because it is unfair to use promises during campaigning to try to get these farmers and their families to vote for you, and then now you leave them in a hole. That is unjust. We've also suggested in Forward Ghana Movement that we should have rice mills that are owned by the farmers. National, these things we have in our contract. Because once we do that, there'll be a buffer system. So if the party falls, and Ali spoke, listen, Ali promised to do that.
Yes.
I remember Ali promised that
after the Forward Ghana Movement put out the plan, he also said about that.
Right. Insurance.
And insurance.
Right. So your price is maintained.
Storage for party or something.
Now what happened?
Okay.
Y'all see? I'm happy in a sense that this happened now, not for the farmers, but for Guyanese to open their eyes and see that politics is not a game. I keep telling you all that. Politics is responsibility to govern. It's not a game. You don't play people's lives. And we will continue to make representation. So my brother, thank you. Tomorrow we'll be out in the field looking at what's happening, speaking to farmers, because we have to have a solution to this problem. There's an immediate solution, but this shouldn't happen every single crop. Establish it, you have to establish a finality. This is the second term, as you said. And we don't want 5 more years upon anybody here. Solve this now. No more 5 years still here. Solve this problem tonight. Call Bharat and ask Bharat if you have permission to do it, but solve it tonight. Solve it now, because we need to go into the fruition of the hour. It is unfair to promise them that they get $65,000 a ton, and now that they vote, or whatever they did, you want to change your mind. This isn't happening now. Solve it now. All the food buy and sell vote, tell them you back the money. Lodge your money back. Because we got to solve this problem. This is a serious situation in this country. Farmers must not suffer, they feed us. And I say this with all passion. Farmers feed us. The least you could do with these people is have them respected. In the US, I've seen our farmers. If you see US and Canada, man, I could talk about that all the time. The Guyanese who left here went to farm in Washington. I know a friend of mine, Mark, and they gave this guy about 5 or more acres to plant. Give him, and you would swear Mark is a legend of how they treat him. Because they say they admire how he works, the support he has from the state, and they don't have things like no crop failing and stuff like that. They are supported with insurance and so many different policies in place to protect the farmers. Because you feed the nation.
Well, they introduced the insurance system in Guyana right now, and they sign up farmers. But that insurance only covers flooding and drought.
Exactly. Failure, right? Disaster. Right.
No other factor. And the main factor that farmer is facing is paddy bug. There is no answer for paddy bug. When paddy bug infestation comes, and there is no answer to that. And the insurance doesn't cover that.
Which is what I'm saying, that Forward Ghana Movement suggested that a farmer must not suffer. The livelihood of the farmer must not be in jeopardy for any reason. So we would have suggested or recommended an all-inclusive insurance policy, because we believe that the farmers have got, we protect them, they feed us. Now, what would have happened is the farmers would have been making investment into an insurance policy to benefit all farmers in this country. So if there's a crisis on hand now, they have a buffer system that secures them. The rice mills would have had nationally owned rice mills. Farmers would have been part owners of those rice mills. They control the rice mill, they control the pricing. If prices begin to drop, there's a system where the Ministry of Finance will kick in to keep the paddy price stable. Irfan Ali said he will do that because it took our contract. Look at our presentation, said we'll do that for you all. Now we say, do it. So with that said, thank you viewers, thank you so much, thank you Dr. Shazan. We'll be out in the field tomorrow talking to farmers and doing what we do best, which is represent people. Y'all do well.